Bears are back. Caleb Williams duels the Bills, and the Saints and the Jaguars tied up. Let's talk sports. Guys, Saturday preseason week 2. I mean, it has just been a great action of football. I'm going to be real, guys. Preseason week 2 might be one of the best preseason weeks so far from the 2025 to 2026 season. It's just been such a fantastic watch, guys. And this will be a shorter episode. There is only 2 games, so it's going to be a little bit of a shorter episode. And by shorter, I mean like 20 minutes. But y'all know how it goes around here for Let's Talk Sports. Welcome to a new episode, guys. We got some great content for you today. We had 2 games that happened today. I woke up and, got straight up, and I was able to watch the Jaguars face the Saints. Now, when I was watching this game, guys, before I even, tuned in and started watching the game, I really realized something as I kept watching it. They were saying, the Saints have drafted, this is their highest drafted QB since Peyton Manning. And, I look at that and I go, all right, you're going to say all this. The Saints are going to say all this, so there better be some big expectations. And what I saw today, guys, was beyond expectations. I mean, expectations should be down fucking hell. That's how the bar is for the goddamn Saints. When you got to rely on a guy named Spencer Rattler, I mean, holy shit, I feel bad for you. I feel bad for the Saints. I really do. They're propping up like their team is really going to do something this year. Saying they got the youngest coach out there. I don't give a damn if you got the youngest coach out there, all right? This youngest coach showed nothing today. You're supposed to prove yourself. You're the youngest coach. Prove yourself a little bit on the offseason. And what do we get today? We got a tied-up ball game. You're kidding me? The Saints were losing the whole goddamn time, and now we want to tie it up to finish it off? You got to be goddamn kidding me. Even the halftime report, when that shit came on, the reporter said, man, we're getting blowed out already. And yeah, the Saints were getting blowed out in the first quarter, the second quarter, and goddamn beyond. I mean, holy shit. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, first of all, the offensive line from the Saints was just terrible. I mean, where was the blocking? Where was, keeping the quarterback protected? This quarterback was already getting, bomb rushed, was already getting goddamn sacked when you're watching the game. And this is the Jaguars defense, and the Jaguars defense is playing with some heavy aggression. And I look at this, Tyler Shuck, whatever his fucking name is. I look at this guy who's playing the beginning quarter, and first of all, he's holding on the ball way too long. I mean, you need to get that shit out. You got these NFL defenses that are absolutely going to either A, blitz and go crazy at the line, or do the most popular thing right now in the NFL for defense is pass rush. Pass rushing, you can always, get in there and get that goddamn quarterback, and that's what we were seeing because the offensive line was absolutely breaking down. I mean, holy shit, guys. I can't believe, I was watching the Jaguars completely just fuck on these Saints. Just completely fuck them up. It was honestly quite embarrassing. And, that's why they had to get Spencer Rattler back there, because I understand that. When you got Tyler Shuck that can only score 1 touchdown, 200 yards, but only 1 touchdown, yeah, you want to get Spencer Rattler out there to get this game a little bit more, moving. And once Spencer Rattler got out there, I definitely saw the improvement. I definitely saw, shorter passes, getting the ball off time, reading the blitz, reading the coverage that's coming at him. I was really seeing that. So I would say for Saints fans, you want to have more faith probably in Spencer Rattler because he has more experience. But at the same time, Spencer Rattler's like Aaron Rodgers at some point. He's just going to fall apart in the season. So you might need Tyler Shuck to, keep the reins together when, eventually, guys, Spencer Rattler is going to absolutely spaz the fuck out and absolutely, completely just fumble any wins the Saints. Like, I can bet y'all this. It doesn't matter if the Saints go off hot in the beginning of the season. It doesn't matter if the Saints, try their hardest to get 5 wins or some shit like that. It really doesn't matter, because what always happens with the Saints, guys, when you watch them on the NFL, is that they give up. It's either their quarterback, their offensive line completely gives up, and, they always give up mid-season. You definitely see that. Spencer Rattler literally fucking spazzes out at the end of the season. So, I do like Spencer Rattler always in the beginning. I like what he can do in the beginning, but when you give him the keys of the offense, when you hand over the keys to him and you say, please win us some games. He could win you some games, but he's only going to win you some games. If you want to go to the playoffs, if you want to even have a chance to clinch your division, if you want to have a chance to even go to the Super Bowl, I really don't think I'm trusting Spencer Rattler to even bring any of that. I'm trusting tons of other quarterbacks before I ever in my life put my hands into Spencer Rattler's fucking hands. I mean, hell goddamn no. I'm saying don't touch me. Don't even look at me. I don't even want to see you even, play the fucking ball, because we know what happens with the Saints. And you could say the Saints might have a good running game this year, and that's the only positive thing that I can always say about the Saints, is that they always start out with a decent running game. But here's what happens in the NFL. You can't always rely on the run game. There's a reason why the best offenses in the NFL do not rely on just the run game. They have a quarterback that can take them to a higher ceiling. So you really need a quarterback that can actually be decent enough to take you that level, and I don't think Spencer Rattler will ever be that goddamn level. You can't convince me in the preseason, and you damn sure can't convince me in the regular season. I mean, holy shit, what are we doing here? If I'm a Saints fan, my heart is terrified for the fact that Spencer Rattler at any moment could throw a pick. My life is terrified to know that, the offensive line from the Saints could easily fall apart. It's just like, what the fuck are we even doing here? Barely any moves on the offensive side on the offseason with the Saints. They, just focus mostly on defense. Let's talk about the Saints' defense. Oh my God. I know these are just backups, but these are the most uninspiring backups that I've ever had to witness watching in the NFL. Guys, I thought the Lions defense had no, inspiration or no, drive to them. Fuck the Lions. Look at the goddamn Saints. The Saints defense, they're jogging on the field. They're not even going at full speed at these Jaguars. And you got Trevor Lawrence. You got a good running game going for the Jaguars. So you kind of got to pick up the goddamn pace. And it took till the 3rd or 4th quarter to finally pick up the pace. And you pick up the pace and you just tie up the goddamn game? What are we even doing? It just drives me insane sometimes, guys. Now, if we're going to rate the Saints today and their performance, guys, the Saints offensively are going to get a 5 out of 10. Because I like what Spencer Rattler did at the end of the game. But the beginning part of the game, that's like a 0 out of 10. I'm going to be real. What I saw today from Tyler Shook, I would be fucking shook. I would not want to have...
To you, my darling.
No, to you.
The Roses were living the dream.
More champagne for me, please.
Until it all came crashing down.
He got fired.
Fired?
From the director of Meet the Parents.
You're a failure. Women don't like that.
If you need a shoulder or an inner thigh to lean on.
On August 29th.
I just want the house.
We want everything.
Wow.
Stop.
Yes, go!
And see The Roses.
These people.
The Roses. Rated R. Under 17, not admitted without parent. In theaters everywhere, August 29th.
As one of my quarterbacks, he's going to need probably years in the Saints to even attempt anything in the NFL. I mean, holy shit, what the hell was I watching? I mean, you cannot do the things he was doing if you're going to be an NFL quarterback. That was just embarrassing to watch. 200 yards for what? For 1 touchdown? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, come on, guys. I really need the NFL media, I really need ESPN to stop, to raise their expectations up a little bit, Like, why are we putting all our faith into the rookie, Tyler Shook? That motherfucker's going to take ages to even develop to a decent quarterback. Come on, guys. There is other quarterbacks we could be talking about. Now, let's go into the first quarter. Jaguars immediately start out with a 9-play touchdown drive. 55 yards. It was 4 minutes. We already got an 8-yard pass from Trevor Lawrence. Then we get a 15-yard run from their running back. Their running back is really good, too, by the way. 12-yard pass. This was in the shotgun. I really like what Trevor Lawrence, throwing those short middle passes. That was really good to see. A 4-yard pass that we saw, and then we got some runs going in, and I really like this because I really like it when offenses mix up the run and they mix up the pass game. It really keeps the defense on track. I really like how we got a 3rd-yard run and then we got a 6-yard run. We did get a pass incomplete, but then Trevor Lawrence comes back on there and gives a touchdown drive and throw. So I really like that. And the Saints, they just got a field goal. And then the Jaguars immediately responded with a touchdown. So let's go over that touchdown drive, too. This was 9 plays at the same time, too. And this was 404. And this was 14-3 at the time. 14-yard run, which is a pretty big goddamn yard. Then we get a 1-yard run because that's the defense going, okay, we know you're going to run the ball, so we're going to stop the run. But then I like how they go, okay, you're going to stop the run, but can you stop the pass? And no, they can't stop the goddamn pass. 16-yard pass, a 26-yard pass, and then we get back into the run game to finish it off with a touchdown drive. I really like how they ended it off with a touchdown. And, hey, look, the Saints, they did get a touchdown. Even though it was on the 4th quarter, it was 12 plays, it was 87 yards. Let's get into it. Spencer Rattler, we start off with a 6-yard pass, which was really nice. And then we get a negative 2-yard pass, but it was no huddle. So then we get a 4-yard pass from Spencer Rattler, which was really nice. And then we get a nice, crispy 16-yard plus 11-yard run, too. Or not a run, a pass. You get these 2 passes, and you're already over 30 yards at this point. And then you get a 24-yard pass. Spencer Rattler was absolutely on fire today. Now, can you expect Spencer Rattler to be on fire all the time? You never can. But, when he's on fire, he's on fire. And then he gets a 6-yard pass, and then we get a touchdown. Spencer Rattler's short pass. They even did a 2-point conversion to tie up the game. So I did like how they did the 2-point conversion, but I wish, they wouldn't wait until the 4th quarter to finally do all this stuff. So, yeah. Guys, let's rate the Jags' performance, guys. Offensive side of the ball, the Jaguars played beautifully today. Trevor Lawrence was absolutely on point. I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. I like the Jags. Every time the Jags play good, I go, oh, good job, guys. I'm glad y'all got some touchdowns in. You always have to, you always got to congratulate the Jags because they always lose like every other fucking game they have on the regular season. So, yeah, I like the Jags, what they did today. And then defense side of the ball is going to get a 7 out of 10. I like the aggressiveness of the defense. I really like how they got to the ball, the tackling. It was all there. It was really beautiful to watch. I love what the defense did on this game. It was just great. Now, guys, we will be moving into the next game. And this game is actually still going on by the time that I'm talking about this. But I feel like I should already talk about this game because this game is basically over, guys. And that's the next one off the schedule, the 7 p.m. game. And that's going to be right now, which is live. And, I will be real. It's the 4th quarter. It's 14 minutes left, but it's a preseason game, and it's 0-31. So it's currently a blowout. So we're going to talk about this game. I'll go over the Caleb Williams drives, and then we'll get out of here, guys. And then we'll rate them because they have already proven that they've won this game. They've went insane. So we're already going to.
This episode is brought to you by LifeLock. Between 2-factor authentication, strong passwords, and a VPN, you try to be in control of how your info is protected. But many other places also have it, and they might not be as careful. That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats. If your identity is stolen, they'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/podcast for 40% off. Terms apply.
Talk about this game right after the break. Buffalo Bills against the Bears, guys. We were going to have a look today of what the Ben Johnson offense is looking like. And I can't lie, guys. I'm very scared for my Lions team because I just saw a lot of improvements from the Bears overall team. And we're going to talk about it today because I'm really happy with the Bears. I was really disappointed last year with the Bears. I feel like, they failed their quarterback. The offensive line failed their quarterback. The way Caleb Williams was getting sacked like all the goddamn time. I mean, it was hard to watch this sometimes. I mean, it's like, get this guy off the field. I mean, your star quarterback is going to get injured. I mean, holy shit, the way that he's getting sacked. So I really did not like how the offensive line was playing. But this preseason game, and I know it's Bills backups, but the game changed to the Bears backups, and the Bears backups still played amazingly. So I really like already the offensive improvements for the offensive line. Already I'm seeing a big improvement. Caleb Williams is actually having some time to throw. He's actually able to really, take his time now. And, really shows that NFL experience that is starting to really come through as Caleb Williams improves in the NFL. And I really like already with the Ben Johnson scheme, the play-action pass. Starting off crazy with already a play-action pass for like 20 fucking yards. I mean, it was crazy, And Caleb Williams absolutely destroyed this Bills defense. I mean, they couldn't even do anything. And then once the backups came, the backups completely washed over the Bills too. And it was just really funny to see how, Caleb Williams just completely shredded these guys. So let's get into it, guys. The score is 0-31 right now. I'm sure they'll probably get some more points, or maybe they won't get more points. Maybe we'll just waste the clock. Got no idea, guys. But let's go to the first quarter, because we're gonna talk about the first quarter. Touchdown drive. This happened for 102 yards, 10 plays, a 3-minute drive, guys. Y'all realize how insane that is for your first preseason performance like that already? Like, calm down. Holy shit. So let's talk about that. Now, look, it was an easy touchdown pass. But it started off with an 8-yard pass, then a 29-yard pass, a 6-yard pass, an 18-yard pass, a 5-yard run, and then a touchdown drive. I mean, it was just beautiful to see. Guys, overall, the Bears today played beautifully. The backups played great, the offensive line, and that defense, guys. Let's talk about the Bears' defense. I mean, just phenomenal defensive job. The way they were just getting to the quarterback, easily sacking, easily getting through that line, completely stopping the Bills' ability to even get a score out. I mean, it's still 0, guys. They might get a score, but even if they get a score now, it's fourth quarter and it's 31-0. It's goddamn too late. You need somebody crazy on that backup squad. So it's a preseason game, so they're definitely not carrying now. The Bills definitely aren't carrying. But I'd say for the Bears' performance today, it was just absolutely fantastic to watch, guys. Guys, overall, when we rate the Bears, offensively side, 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 performance. I really like what Caleb Williams played today. It was beautiful. The passing was beautiful. Played for 2 quarters. Absolutely went insane. Defensive side's going to get a 7 out of 10. I'm liking what I'm seeing from the defensive line. I hope, the main defense is really good, too. It would be really nice to see the defense just carry this momentum in the regular season. But you always know the regular season is completely goddamn different. So the Bears could suck ass. But guys, I'm not going to lie. All these other preseason teams, besides the New York Giants, guys, and the Ravens. The Ravens have been playing really good preseason-wise too. But other than those teams, I would say the Bears right now are one of the top preseason teams right now. They just killed it with their game today. Just great performance. Really loved it. Bills need to go back to training camp. Their backups, they need some more reps. They need some more training. They need Jesus. They need support. They just got absolutely destroyed. I'm going to give their defense like a 2 out of 10 because the clock is still 0 and it's like the fourth quarter. And then their offensive side of the ball is only going to get it's going to get a 2 out of 10 too. They need Josh Allen badly because whatever their backup is doing, holy shit, Thank God it's that's why I always say this though. Thank God it's the preseason. Like I say this, my preseason Lions are not playing good, guys. I'll admit it on this show to y'all. I will not hide the truth from y'all. I will not sugarcoat anything. But I'll say this, it is the preseason, and the preseason doesn't really matter that much. So, thank fucking God, because the Lions are playing terribly right now. So I really like how the Bears are looking. It's going to be really nice to see the Bears and the New York Giants to go against each other. Now they got Russell Wilson, they got Jackson Dart, and now the Bears got Caleb Williams to his full extent. You've really unlocked Caleb Williams now. I really saw that now in this game. And I'm ready to see that matchup in September. That's going to be fucking insane, guys. So, yeah. Overall, guys, how are you enjoying preseason week 2? I'm having a blast watching all these games, having a good time. And, guys, I'll be back on Monday night. There's going to be a Monday night football game for preseason, and I will be covering that game at the end for a recap. So make sure you tune in on Monday night. Guys, this has been Let's Talk Sports. My Pandora people, if you're on Pandora right now, make sure you follow because I'm doing NFL content all year long. And guys, honestly, I love talking about sports. So, honestly, when we're done with the NFL, we might be talking about basketball. We might be talking about goddamn golf in the future. The skies are the limits for this sports show, but the skies are only the limits if you follow right now, guys, my Pandora people. And if you're on Spotify, YouTube, wherever you get your podcast at, make sure you follow. Turn on notifications, guys. We're dropping new content every single day. I'll see y'all later. You have a good one. And yeah, I'm having a great time watching the NFL. Hopefully you are too. I'll see y'all later. You have a good one. Bye.